Welcome to Dogs Unlimited. Today I am your host, Dr. J. Today we're going to be talking about this amazing, beautiful animal that you have not only the opportunity to purchase, but help become a loved member of your family. We have developed this dog with the most advanced technology possible, working with amazing genetics and phenotypes. You're probably asking yourself, what is a phenotype? A phenotype is an observable trait that can be measured within an animal. We made our analytical system focusing on these traits. We focus on things like the economy. This dog is not going to eat too much food. He's not too big or too small. We focused on management. This dog is very obedient, bred to the absolute best levels. It's just, he's going to protect your surroundings. He's not too big or not too small. He's not one of these little dogs you're going to accidentally punt into your neighbor's yard. This is just a beautiful animal we have here. We focused on everything there that's going to make this animal great. And now, to help us understand this information greater, we're going to go to our world-famous Dr. Carmen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Carmen with Dogs Unlimited, and today I'm going to discuss with you how to define the best type of breed. Now, many of you may wonder, what is the best type of breed out there? Or some of you may think you have the best type of breed at home. But in all reality, there's no such thing as a number one type of breed. We've done many meticulous calculations here to try to define the number one breed, and simply put, it is impossible. The reason being is because it's all in the eye of the beholder. What one is breeding for? Here at Dogs Unlimited, we focus on traits. Now, what is a trait exactly? Trait is an abstract concept, something like a coat color or performance level or even a litter size. Those are all considered traits. Another word that's thrown around here in the lab is genotype and phenotype. What are they? A genotype is the actual genetic makeup in the DNA of an animal of a certain trait, whereas the phenotype physically expresses the trait, such as a black coat color. You can see it with your own eyes. We've been working here very hard for 50 years at Dogs Unlimited to get the best breed for you. Whether it's a small dog that can be in your lap or a big dog that you can use for protection, we have it here. 9 out of 10 doctors actually approve of our methods here. So if you want, try us today. We'll help you out. We'll make the best breed for you.
Alright, I'm Dr. Smith, and what we're looking at is this nice boxer. When we talk about breeding in selection, we want to have the best. And what we're looking for, and what tends to be a problem, is change in stasis. When we talk about change, that's typically what we want in a breeding program. We want to get the best genetics, we want the best animal, and that's what we've got here. One of the things is we get stasis, and what stasis is when we talk about this is that level that we get to where we don't want any more change to happen. We want to maintain that level, and you can see this animal's got excellent muscling. He's got a nice body shape. He's really smooth across the back, and he's got a strong jowl. And this, we want to keep these traits so that when we have this animal in his perfect condition, we can pass on those traits and that genetic information to his offspring. And so what we're doing here, we're gonna keep these traits as best we can, and we'll have this excellent breeding program. And I'll turn the time back over to one of my colleagues.
Here at Dogs Unlimited, we like to breed for several different dogs, and Jacka is the perfect example of a purebred dog, one of the purebred dogs that we breed in this company. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about simply inherited traits and why he is a simple dog. I mean, look at this mug. You cannot tell me that is not a simple dog. He's not even paying attention to you. Simply inherited trait is just something that's just exactly what it says. It's simple. It's not affecting a whole lot of genes. It's just a couple. Polygenic trait, obviously, is totally different. And I know you know what it is, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It is a trait that is affecting a whole bunch of different things, but not necessarily causing too many specific details. generalize. We here at Dogs Unlimited like to keep it simple. We've got his simply large head and his simply large chest and his tiny little butt that makes him completely off balance. He is the perfect example of a simple dog.
But what about crossbreeds like our lovely Chihuahua Dachshund here? Well, to understand the benefits of crossbreeding, we first need a brief knowledge of simply inherited traits. Each trait has at least 2 alleles. One is inherited by each parent. One of them can be dominant or the other one can be recessive, or sometimes both. If it's 2 dominant traits, then that's homozygous dominant. If it's 2 recessive traits, that's homozygous recessive. And if it's one of each, then that means that it's a heterozygous. Well, usually with purebred animals, one population will have, like, say, a homozygous recessive for coat color, and then the other population will have a homozygous dominant for coat color. When you breed those 2 together, you get a bunch of heterozygous animals, which will sometimes have a mixture in between. Now, with production animals, they usually do this because when you have heterozygous, it creates the best of both breeds. So here, instead of doing that, we want to do pure breeds, because obviously they're not going to be used for production. So we decided to use the pure breeds, so that you can have the purebred standards that are standard for each different breed by their certain clubs.
One of these systems we use here at Dogs Unlimited is inbreeding. Now, I know what you're thinking is, inbreeding, isn't that how you get cousins having kids with each other and having 11 toes and no teeth? No, you're wrong. Inbreeding is actually a system that is used frequently for purebred animals to increase the homozygosity in their breed. Take, for example, our boxer here. Now, if you look from one boxer to the other, a lot of them will have similar traits. How is this accomplished? Well, they do this by mating closely related individuals together. This will increase the frequency of the same alleles in the population. In this way, genes are passed on from parents to offspring and are continually the same, so your animals will become more uniform and will have performance that's more similar. This is how your breeds will breed true and be very uniform. Now, there is some problems you can have with inbreeding called inbreeding depression. What this is a decrease in the performance of your animal due to their homozygosity because they'll have a lower gene combination value. The way we avoid this here at Dogs Unlimited is by carefully selecting which animals we breed to each other. We practice something called line breeding, which a lot of people consider conservative inbreeding. With line breeding, your goal is to maintain a relationship to one superb individual, like our boxer here, and that way get lots of awesome animals. However, you're not going to be breeding super closely related animals together because that can cause your inbreeding depression. Now, what happens with inbreeding depression is they'll express these recessive alleles that have negative more because they'll have a greater chance of having a frequency and likelihood of having these alleles. So, when we carefully breed, as we do here, you'll end up with great animals with awesome traits, and they won't have problems.
Perfect. Thank you, Professor Courtney, for that great message you had. She learned so much from Dr. Rickards at Utah State University. We're thankful for everything she learned there. Anyways, now you can understand how well we've created this breeding objective. Through crossbreeding and many other forms of this great knowledge that we've learned, we've been able to make the perfect animals. It's really something special, and this animal can be yours for just $59.95, plus tax, shipping, and any other charges we'll include. But wait, there's more. We have 2 additional dogs, a crossbreed and another purebred. They may not be the smartest dogs around, but they are the happiest dogs around. So remember, please call now. That number is 797-2145. I repeat, 797-2145. If you can't get in your call in because of high call demand, please repeat calling several times. And we also have Spanish speakers waiting on the line.
Clarín, hermano, llámeme pronto.
Thank you for watching this special program. Just remember, no animals were injured in the making of this film. And remember, you will be happier with your next new friend.